All right, guys, today's financial tip is a result of me having a bad week of coughing with the flu in the middle of August. So I have to admit, I've never been sick in the summer before, and it's pretty miserable. I don't like it. Reminds me of the statistics of disability versus death during your lifetime. In your prime working years, you are 3.5 times more likely to suffer from a long-term disability than you are to die. And yet most people have life insurance, but they have no disability insurance. You can find a lot of information and statistics on your own because it's out there in Google. But the point here is that most people do not buy the disability insurance. Now, there's only like 43% of private industry workers have access to employer-sponsored short-term disability, and only 36% of private industry workers have access to long-term disability. So there is limitations on trying to find it. You have to go out and look for it on your own. If you know Check it out. If you've inquired at your place of employment, do they have short term? Do they have long term? If you don't have disability insurance, do you have life insurance? If you have life insurance, is there riders on your life insurance? These are always riders. So you got to be careful of life insurance too. Because some people will say, well, I have life insurance and it does something with disability. Well, what does it do? Because some of the life insurance riders, which you have to look at the end of your life insurance policy for that rider, some of the riders say, okay, if you're disabled, we'll pay the life insurance premium for you. Okay, that's great, but that doesn't help you with incoming money at the time. Some of them might pay you a monthly payment if you meet certain requirements. So your disability has to meet certain requirements. A lot of times that requirement is that the disability was due to an accident, not an illness. If it's due to an illness, then it might be different. Then on the other hand, there might be some kind of an early payout if the illness is terminal. So there's different riders that are on different life insurance policies, and watch out for those. Always know, though, that a standalone disability insurance policy is always going to pay you a better monthly amount, and it's going to list out whatever it covers, which mostly, 90% of disabilities are illnesses. So it's going to pay during an illness. Short-term disabilities usually last about 26 weeks, whereas long-term disabilities usually last 31 months or more. So don't just sign up for any policy. Know that the policies are usually separate. So there's short term and there's long term. You pay for them separately. What's covered? How long you're covered? Is there a maximum payout? What are all the hidden features? And lastly, since I'm the tax planning lady, because I always include tax planning in my information, if you pay for any policy premiums for a disability policy, if you pay them in after-tax dollars, then when you receive that money, you're going to receive it tax-free. So a disability policy, generally, when you read it, it's going to pay you 70% of your income, whatever 70% of your income was. Maybe some of them pay 60% of your income. Therefore, if you work somewhere and the employer pays the premium for you, so you don't have to pay the premium, then what happens is that whole 60 or 70% that comes back to you, you got to pay tax on it again. So if you're trying to avoid the taxes later on, and this is a risk that you look at, but you can do it one way or the other. But at any rate, if you pay the premiums are small, maybe just even on the long term, if the premium amounts are small, then perhaps you can pay it in after-tax dollars if the employer gives you that option. Many employers give you the option. So you have to ask, you have to understand what you're looking at. And then when the money comes back, it would come back as tax-free as opposed to taxable. That can make a huge difference in the end. So I hope you have a great week, and hopefully I get rid of this cough and cold soon. Talk to you soon. Thanks.